Hey party people, thanks so much for tuning in. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about my 2019 goals for the year. And if you're watching this, thank you so much. If you want to see more of my content or vlogs or anything like that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. I never thought I'd be saying that. So this is a cute little book that I keep my New Year's resolutions in. I also used to put other things in here like dreams I had, or if there was something that happened that I wanted to remember since my memory is so horrible. But recently, the past couple years, it's just been my New Year's resolutions. So I want to start by saying that when I sit down to think about my goals for the new year, I always look back at the old goals that I set for myself. So I kind of analyze how I did on each of those goals and if I wanted to continue doing those in the new year or things I needed to improve on that specific goal. Diving into my New Year's resolutions, so let me look back to my 2017 resolutions. So over the past few years, one of my New Year's resolutions was to spend less time on my phone. Specifically in here I put like less than an hour and a half to 2 hours per day. And I was able to accomplish that. I have an app that tracks how much I'm on my phone, and I've gotten really good about trying to stay under that 2-hour mark and just slowly get off of spending all your days on social media. This one says, be a more patient wife. I feel like I'm more patient. I don't know if Taylor Blue would agree with that or not. So one of my goals in 2018 was to say no more often. And what that looks like is saying no to projects I'm not interested in or not feeling pressured to have to be a part of something that I don't feel like I have time for. And it comes back to like taking care of myself and taking care of my time and what I need for my physical and mental health and not overworking myself. And I feel like I did better at that last year. I feel like I was better about managing my time and just kind of taking a step back before just jumping into a project or into a commitment and being like, okay, do I actually have time to do this? What does this time commitment look like? And just asking myself those questions before just being like, yeah, I'm your girl. Another one of my New Year's resolutions for this past year was to buy less clothes, and then some dashes under that say closet capsule, ? And Cladwell, ? Which Cladwell is my outfit tracking app. And I feel like I did do a lot better this year. I've moved even more to like secondhand shopping at thrift stores or Clothes Mentor and stuff like that. And I'll probably make a video about that in the future. But I feel like that's one resolution that I did accomplish. So one of my goals was to eat less sweets and work out more. And I feel like that is super vague. And this year I definitely tried to make more measurable goals. Luna's making an appearance. But I feel like I did a decent job on that, but I think it's something that I'm not going to focus on in 2019. So those are a few of my resolutions from the past few years. So let's move on to my New Year's resolutions for 2019. Bow, 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 bow. So one of my New Year's resolutions for 2019 is spending more time with and deepening my relationship with God. And a sub-point of that is maybe start a Bible study or join a Bible study. I feel like in the past couple months, or at least with the holiday season and fall semester, like if you're in college, you know, things get really crazy, at least for me in the fall semester. I feel like spring semester is easier for some reason. I don't know why. But fall semester, like everything gets crazy. Like it's wedding season for me. Everything's just hitting the fan, you know what I mean? And so it was really hard for me in this past season to sit down with my Bible or sit down and have quiet time with God. And that's something that I absolutely need to prioritize so that I'm able to pour into others and then also just take care of myself spiritually. So what that's gonna look like is me setting daily time frames or time slots to make sure I'm sitting down and spending time with Him, and then and increasing it as time goes on as I get back into that flow. Another one of my New Year's resolutions for 2019 is work on shopping ethically and minimizing my closet even more. So like I talked about, I worked on creating a closet capsule, and if you don't know what that is, look it up. It's really cool. I'll probably end up doing a video about it. So in 2019, I want to try to buy ethically produced clothes, and it might look like spending a little bit more money. I would rather spend more money to know something was made with care or in the US or with workers that are treated right. And I'll probably also continue thrifting, which I've done more and more of recently, and just finding clothes that way or shopping at other secondhand stores like Clothes Mentor or things like that. But I really want to hone in on my closet capsule and minimize my excess clothes even more. So number 3, here we are. Start a YouTube channel. Ding! So I wrote down start a YouTube channel even if it scares the heck out of me. And I wrote down 1 video a month, but I'm gonna try and hit more than that obviously. And in January, I obviously have more than 1 video coming out already. So stay tuned. Number 4, work on keeping the house tidy for Taylor Blue. So one thing that Taylor really appreciates when he comes home is coming home to a clean house. And you can't really see it right now, but the house is trashed. So that's definitely one of his love languages, is acts of service. And so if that's a way that I can make his life a little bit better, then I'm going to try and do it. I'm not very good at keeping the house clean, considering I just throw clothes everywhere, and there's dishes in the sink, and there's laundry piled up, and the cat toys are everywhere, and I have all my camera gear laid out everywhere, and I have food, and I have water, and I have cups, and I have... So I just need to work on doing a little bit every day and just like staying on top of it essentially. But it's hard for me because I like to just clean everything in one fell swoop. Like I'd rather just spend half a day cleaning than clean here and there throughout the days. I don't know. But I'm gonna work on that because I love my husband, yeah, yeah. Okay, number 5, travel just as much as I did last year. So last year I went a ton of places. It was so great. I'm so blessed to have the opportunity to travel, and it's one of my passions. And I love exploring new places and seeing new people and cultures and things like that. So last year I went to Europe, I went to Tennessee, I went to Seattle, I went to New York, I went to DC. Did I already say DC? Did I already say NYC? Anyway, so I traveled a ton in 2018, and I'm gonna try and do just as much of that in 2019. It's gearing up to be a good year, so stay tuned. Lots of finger guns this video. Number 6, read more books, read more books, read more books. So I love to read. I'm not good at making time to read, and I just need to do it because whenever I do, I'm in love. Like right now I have 3 books that I'm pretty sure I started in the summer and never finished because, like I said, fall semester-ish hits the fan. So that's gonna be one of my goals for 2019. And I put in parentheses 1 book a month, which I feel like is definitely doable. And I just need to like read a chapter a day or something and just get back into that habit of fueling my brain and just like taking in new stories and experiences and things like that. So these are money resolutions / business resolutions. And number 7 is pay off student debt. So luckily, I don't have very much student debt because I was lucky and fortunate enough to have a second income, and Taylor and I a lot of times were able to pay out of pocket, or the money I made freelancing was able to pay off school. So, and I also did receive scholarships, so I was super fortunate and not having a lot of student debt. So this is the year for me to just pay it all off and for Taylor and I to get one step closer to being debt-free. But I started auto payments already, even though my payments don't start until July, just eating at that principle so that my interest doesn't keep rising and I can kind of stunt that growth, and so I don't have to pay more than what I have right now. And I would really encourage you guys to do that. Like if you're able to start paying on your student debt while you're in school or like right when you get out, do it because it's gonna save you so much in the long run. So one of my other goals is to make $1,600 on Poshmark. If you don't know what Poshmark is, I'm probably gonna make a video here soon, but it is a clothing app where you can sell clothing. And last year I made $1,200, and this year I'm looking to make $1,600. So I'll talk more about Poshmark in another video, but that's one of my resolutions, is to make more money on that. And like having a side hustle I think is important on top. Like I feel like my life is a side hustle, but a side hustle on my side hustle. Luna, you're just trying to get on film, aren't you, girl? So the last 3 goals are for Lindsay Blue Multimedia, and which is my company. If you don't know, I'll link the Instagram and Facebook and all that good stuff down below. But I want to double how much I made last year. And I mean, last year I was essentially working part-time, I would say. Like by the time you get all the, she's just gonna sit here. By the time you get all the wedding money in and things like that, it pretty much evens out to like a part-time job. So this year, since I'm full-time, I want to double my profits from last year. And I'm gonna be doing that by taking on new clients, hopefully booking more weddings, getting more traction, and continuing to get people to tell their friends and families about me. Word of mouth is where it's at in this business. My second goal for my business is to book 18 of my own weddings. That may be a little lofty, but I'm thinking I can do it. So last year I had 6 of my own weddings. And when I say own weddings, like I was the lead videographer or photographer, and I booked it myself through my company. And I did probably like 6 to 10 more that I was like a second shooter, or I was working underneath a company or something like that. I hope it's not lofty, but it would be really awesome if I could multiply how many weddings I did last year by 3, which 6 times 3 is 18, I think, right? Math. Luna, quit clawing me. Third goal for my business for 2019 and my Luna, ow, gosh, stop, is to get to 500 followers on Instagram and 400 likes on Facebook. So I think right now I'm at about 400 followers on Instagram. And so I'm like, I think 100 is manageable in a year, especially if I put more time into it than I do right now, which essentially right now I just post stuff. I don't really interact with people that much on there. I put hashtags, but I spend much more time on my personal account. So I'm gonna implement some things that get me interacting with more people and hopefully getting more traction on my Instagram, which will lead to more followers. And then 400 likes on Facebook. I think right now I have about 250 likes, and I want to get that up to 400. And I made it 150 more likes than what I have right now compared to Instagram, where I want like 100 new followers, because I found out looking through my website analytics that a website drives a lot of traffic to my website, which I did not know. After looking at those analytics, I was like, snap, I need to like get more traction on Facebook. So I need to take that seriously and figure out ways to get more traction and likes on there. I feel like I've said traction 75 times, but hopefully it was only like 3. But anyway, those are my 2019 New Year's resolutions. And I'd love to hear what your guys' resolutions are, and if you set any goals for the new year, comment them down below or message me on Instagram and let me know what they are. I'd love to hear what you guys are up to, and if there's any way I can help, I'd love to be a part of your new year and some of your new goals. So thank you guys so much for watching and for tuning in and listening to me ramble about all of my hopes and dreams for 2019, the ways that I want to make it 2019 times better than last year. That's all for this video today. Check back soon for more content. See you later.